Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors! On this episode of Toys Are the Way, we will be traveling to a distant galaxy where many of my vintage collection figures reside. I wanted to share this video before the galaxy is turned upside down and shifted for an upcoming move. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, be sure to drop a like down below, remember to subscribe, and make sure to ring that bell to stay notified. Upcoming videos will feature similar projects, diorama builds, and more from the vintage collection, so stay tuned. Hello there! Greetings everyone! In this video I wanted to give a tour of my main shelf and diorama setup, showing you how I like to display my collection. Having an environment for your figures to interact in or be displayed is what makes Star Wars collecting a passion of mine. Whether you're creating scenes from the movie or something from your own imagination, this is absolutely what world building is about. With that being said, let's take a look at what's going on in the galaxy and happening in this town. Over in this corner, I have a few Jawas set up with a food stand and some junk and spare parts that they're planning on trading and selling. These stands come from Empire Toyworks, who, if you don't know, definitely check him out on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. He provides really awesome accessories that are great for world building. Taking a closer look, you can see the details of the flooring that I used throughout this diorama. I have a tutorial showing you how to make that if you're interested. Back here we have some extra Jabba's henchmen just protecting that doorway. And moving on, you can see lots of different characters with food stands set up, providing goods and services. We have a few of my custom figures right there. I plan on making a video showing how I made those. And moving on over here, we have an altercation between Boba Fett, the Mandalorian, and a random Rodian. I guess they're trying to get some information from him or something. And we have the Imperial troop transport set up with some Imperials who are about to try and put an end to all of that. Here we have some of the recent off-world Jawas that I've customized with some bandoliers and accessories. Those come from Marauders. I have about 21 of these Jawas, and as you may know, they all come with just the same belt and bandolier. So I wanted to make them look different and add some variety to all those. Moving on, you can see we have Cara Dune, Grief Karga, and the Child. This is a Fortnite figure. I am not a big Fortnite collector or know much about it, but I saw this figure in Walmart and thought he would be a really cool space fox. So I gave him some pouches and weathered him up. And I think he looks really good in this town. It's a really fun character. Here you can see one of my canopies that I've also shown how I make these in my, I think it's just the wall tutorial video. We have some other 3D printed accessories that I've gotten online. I can leave links to those things down below. Those just add nice details to the town. Moving on over here, we have the main building that I first built when I started this whole display. And as you can see, it has an interior section that just allows for lots of different setups and uses. And originally I had my room set up differently to where I could access this more and look inside. Thus why I kind of built it to be like that. But then I did have to change my room around, and because of that it's a little bit more inaccessible. So I used this space instead to set up another little trading outpost area. I have a lot of these Jawas, as I said, so I wanted them to be over here just doing Jawa things. And here we just have a couple of my flat walls that I've made that I've brought forward, and as you can see, this one has a doorway which allows you to see in the back, adding some nice depth. I plan to change this up when I move to my next collection room. So for now this is the general idea, but we will see. I would like to be able to access this building more often, which it is, as I said, modular, and all I have to do is remove this piece. And let me do that really quickly and you can take a look inside. As you can see, this comes out easily. I actually keep him stuck on with some Elmer's tack. That wasn't my original plan for this. I was hoping this lip would be big enough to kind of hold him in place, but over time and as I take him on and off, it has gotten a little loose, so the tack is actually excellent and allows that to stay in place. See inside, it's got some nice view. See, it's a little difficult for me to look in there, but right now I'm just kind of using it as a little armory depot, which is some storage and stuff, and the stairs lead you to the next level. And here you can see we have the wall put back on. It's got a little window that allows you to look out, just adding different lines of sight. Moving on, we have some more 3D printed pieces. This really adds some nice texture to your diorama, making it look a little realistic. And then we up to the second level. And as you can see, I have a puck light that allows lighting on the interior. I plan to wire this with some lights. I have an idea for it. I just haven't gotten around to it, but when I do so, I might share that video, just giving you little ideas on how to do some interior lighting. But up here I have another Jawa selling some stuff. We've got some different characters, some cantina aliens, having a drink, some more patrons over here. The back wall is made of styrene plastic sheets that you may have seen in my other tutorials that I weathered up and painted and added the caution stripe to. I may consider doing a video showing how I did that. Here we have some more characters just hanging out, having a drink. Got another one of my Zuttons here. I have a few of this figure that I recently picked up. He's just got a random extra Lando cape. I thought it would look funny on him. And he's just hanging out with Toto. We've got Bosk over here hanging out, and we've got a spare IG-11 that I took the belt from the IG-88 and put it on him because this sculpt is just much more advanced, and I wanted, you know, somebody to kind of look like a really awesome IG-88. Then we have a random G.I. Joe Snake Eyes back here, with some more detailing and a ladder that takes you up to the next level. But there are also some stairs that I built that will also take you up. Here you can see some Imperials, making sure that everyone is orderly in the town. Checking the chain code from some Jawas. We have my custom speeder bike. I thought it would be a good place to park it and put that figure on. And some more of my custom figures that I show in my custom video. Got some more detailing back there, with some wiring, adding to the overall feel of the town. Got another food stand, and that is a sign that I made from holographic paper. I recently made that, and I kind of had the idea that it would look really cool and interact with the lighting in here to make it look kind of like an electric sign. I want to elaborate on that more, and I may do a video showing how I did that. You have the Rogue One crew over here, trying to get some information from a Jawa. More detailing throughout. And then we have some other figures over here. Here's another one of those signs. I think it interacts really cool with the light, which you can see the lighting up here. It's just a glide stick with LEDs in it. I can leave a link to that down below as well. And this is where it stops for this level. And I kind of want to maybe expand it in the future and have like an upper level to this area, but as I said, I did want access to my building, so that's something I need to plan in my next collection room. We'll see how that progresses. If you back up over here, we'll take a look at the entire town. When I originally built this building, I had the idea that I wanted this catwalk or arch bridge to lead you to another level, and originally it was kind of just a flat part of that building, and it wasn't that interesting, and later I added this patio porch to it, which just really allowed more figures to be set up, and then that led me to want to add this extra level. So I kind of just keep building up, and I think it looks really cool. I think it really adds to it. I like that there's more levels, and it just keeps going on, and it just really adds to this whole town. So moving down to the next level, this is my Imperial setup. I had this set up as kind of like a hangar bay with just troops in formation, Here you can see I've got Moff Gideon, Admiral Thrawn, a bunch of stormtroopers in formation. I've got the tank crew back there with some Scarif troopers. These walls are actually provided by Crazy D Customs. He makes really awesome Imperial walls and some other great 3D printed accessories. I can leave a link to his page down below. And this is just where I have all of my Imperials set up. Got some extra K2 Imperial droids there, with the scanning crew taking a look at Kyber crystals. Got a squad of Death Troopers. They're talking to some of the Shadow Troopers. These are recent Gaming Greats figures. Really big fan of those figures. They actually look amazing at night with the neon lights coming through those Imperial walls and interacting with their translucent plastic. That really looks awesome at night, and it's probably one of my favorite parts of this whole display. Moving on, you can see a ladder that comes from a playset from Joy Toy, the Mecha Depot. I can leave a link to those down below. They make really awesome stuff. Got an ATST with some drivers. About to man him. They're inspecting. We've got some Purge Troopers here from the recent Gaming Greats line. We've got a Darth Vader in here. That's the one from Rogue One. He's not my absolute favorite Vader, so he's just kind of in here. Set up. You got some Scout Troopers, Speeder Bike, more Scarif Troopers. And I really want to add to this, maybe double this in size, make some more Imperial displays. I'm very into the recent Vintage Collection definitive troopers that we've been getting, and I just want to continue to build on this. Moving down below, I have a bar cantina set up. This is Zutton's, his watering hole. I just wanted to have a nice little area for a lot of my scum and villainy to hang out and just have a drink. This is definitely one of my favorite displays. I fit this in this Calyx 13x13 cube area. I recently made these cool little shelves. Those are made from just plastic pieces that usually have twist ties in like older toys packaging. And then the shelf itself is just a spare little cover from an IKEA curtain rod. And I added another one behind the bar there. It allows the drinks to be set up nicely. I've got some just random signs here. Got another neon one in the back. Just some different characters hanging out. This is definitely a really fun setup. I would like to make some more bars or just maybe expand on this one in the future. But it's a really fun place to display characters. I hope to get more of these random aliens and Cantina members. Moving on from there. Not so much a diorama or display, but just a place where I keep all my Jabba's figures from Return of the Jedi. Have Max Rebo in here. Got Yak Face, Manaman, Ula. Just a lot of different characters. I plan to maybe make, well, not even maybe, I definitely would love to make Jabba's Palace or some type of diorama. I'm not sure if I want to make it a smaller version that can fit in either this cube or shelf, or make the full palace floor. It's definitely a big project and it requires a bit of floor space, so that's why I kind of haven't done it in here. And I'm not sure if it's going to fit in this 13x13 when I was doing the math, but something to get around to. Moving on from here, we have a 13x13 Jabba's Palace display. This is just the trophy room area with the Han and Carbonite from the Vintage Collection back there. Got some drummers. It's kind of hard to see, but I did add a curtain to the existing archways that are provided with that playset, just adding a little bit of a movie realistic look. We have a throne from the Book of Boba Fett here, with the most recent Boba Fett from the Vintage Collection. I'm really excited to possibly, hopefully, get that figure in the future from the Book of Boba Fett. And we just have some other random characters here. Zuckuss Forlom, got Malakili, Dengar, IG-88. Bosk would be here, but he's up top causing trouble. And this is just really nice part of my display. And I would love to add the rest of the palace and just connect this all together. Moving down below, we have my Battle Rancor. And I have some concrete wall structures that are modular that I recently made. So you can see they have some blast marks on them, and those are really fun pieces. I will probably, very likely, want to share more future projects of similar builds. But this is just how I have that Rancor displayed. You can see another section of that wall back there with a blast mark that allows lighting to come through it. And yeah, that's just how I like to display this particular Rancor. Moving on from there, you can see the wall from one of my tutorial videos, and a bunch of little Jawas hanging out. Got Luke Landspeeder here, conducting some type of deal. I would like to elaborate on this also, possibly do some flooring, or maybe just change this whole setup to a larger Tatooine trading outpost, something like that. But for now, this is just how I have these couple items displayed. And moving on to the next cube, I have the Return of the Jedi Rancor. He's got some more of those concrete structures, his bone hanging out, another wall in the back, and just another simple way to display the Rancor. I would love to make a Jabba's Rancor pit, possibly, if I do make that Jabba's Palace diorama, but all things that I need to consider and work on in the future. In here you can see the entire shelf display. As you can see in the Imperial section, I did remove 2 of the wall supports from this calyx, allowing it to be an open space. It's pretty simple. You just don't install those and don't put the little pegs that help lock them into place. And then you can also see I got this custom piece of acrylic from a local shop that I had cut to the specific size. That is a really nice feature because it allows for this cool reflection of light, which just looks very Imperial. I was going to remove these supports as well from this section and just have this open, but it's just something I haven't gotten around to and a possible future project. Here you can see the whole town itself again. It's just some fun setups and just displaying of figures. The lighting is definitely some of my favorite part, and I can show you what that looks like at night in just a sec. And here we have some nighttime lighting. The lights, as I said, are one of my favorite parts. I just really like all these neon colors. Just really add to the whole nightlife of the town feel. The Imperial section looks really cool with all that blue light. You can kind of see the interaction with the Gaming Greats figures. And yeah, I just really like displaying my collection like this. I think it's fun, interesting, and I like to spend a lot of time in here just looking at the figures, seeing different angles for shots and photography, and just setting up different scenes here and there. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. I hope you've enjoyed this video that takes a look at my town and diorama setups. Hopefully it inspires some world building ideas and helps with any projects you may start in the future. Please feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments down below or any questions you may have about my build. I'm always happy to help. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.